Howdy, it's Mark coming back at you here, and it's a beautiful day, winding down. We're going to get a fire started here, but watching the events of the day, checking in on my email, my text messages, social media, all my DMs are lighting up like crazy. Everybody, of course, talking about all the insanity going on in Minnesota. Can I just maybe throw something out there to think about? Remember, distraction is one of the many tools that the Matrix uses to keep us under thumb. And we have to guard ourselves against being so enthralled or involved or upset when we see something like what's going on in Minnesota right now with all these third world animals ripping off the U.S. taxpayer in cahoots with the government agencies and the politicians, the bureaucrats, all the government officials. And by the way, it's thousands, it's tens of thousands. I think when we look at the level of billions and billions, something else to remember, they're looking into one sector. They're not even scratching the surface, folks. And this is in a relatively small, insignificant Midwestern state, Minnesota. You have any idea? I live in Texas. Texas is literally 150 to 200 Minnesotas. Not just in landmass. I'm talking about GDP, population, government. Texas is enormous. And I know, especially you guys and gals that watch Fox News, you think that we've got a great governor, Governor Abbott. He's such a conservative. Man, I tell you, you watch Fox News and you think Governor Abbott is just, the bee's knees, man. He's a fighting Texan conservative. And you guys buy all this bullshit. But those of us who know what's really going on in Texas knows that Governor Abbott, first of all, is a sociopath. He is a pathological liar. He is a scumbag. He is completely corrupt. And he's vile. He's a vile human being. And it is amazing to me the people that lived in Texas during the COVID shutdowns, when Wheels Abbott shut the state of Texas down, shut all these small businesses down while he allowed Walmarts and Amazons. And don't get me started. I don't know how I went down this path, but it is my desire that the people of the United States would realize what type of a piece of shit Wheels Abbott is. And but I'm telling you, man, the boomers and Fox News, and God bless him, but President Trump, you keep endorsing this piece of shit and you do irreparable damage to the state of Texas. Texas could be, I know, because when you compare Texas to California and New York and Illinois, well, obviously. But when you compare Texas to Florida, or you compare Texas to the Dakotas, or to Wyoming, or to Oklahoma, Texas is commie central. And it's because what's going on in the state of Texas, in Austin, with our elected representatives and led by Governor Wheels Abbott, Texas is just, it's so full of corruption. And if people turned their ire towards Texas, like they're right now looking at Minnesota, what they would discover, in Texas, it wouldn't be so much the Somalians, even though I'm sure there's a handful of Somalians in Texas, and I'm sure that every single one of them is involved in some sort of corruption and bullshit. But if you started looking at the Indians in Texas, oh my God. Oh, those vile people, they are the biggest scammers on the planet. The Indians and Nigerians, that's their industry, is scamming people. That is who they are. That is their culture. They are scammers. And Texas is full of them. You go down to Sugar Land, which is right outside of Houston, southwest of Houston. The Indians have taken over that city. And they have turned it into, in fact, I think the second largest statue in the country now, if I'm not mistaken, is in Sugar Land, and it is a Hindu statue. These Hindu temples are going up everywhere in Texas. One of the biggest cricket stadiums is going on the way out to, I think it's going through 290 from Houston on the way to Austin. The Indians are making a huge impact, and the corruption that they're bringing in, it would make what the Somalis are doing in Minnesota look like nothing. So, America, we've got a problem. It is a third world invasion. It's not migration, it's an invasion. And I'm talking about all components of it. Illegal, legal, H-1B visas, green cards, you name it, it's an invasion, and it must all be shut down. Investigations need to be opened up on every naturalized citizen from the last 20 years. I think we need to start the denaturalization process. Not only do we need to be kicking out the illegals, we need to, first of all, stop all legal immigration, every bit of it, especially from third world or developing nations, whether it's Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, any countries in Africa. You can make a small exception with South Africa for the Boers that need to get out before they're slaughtered. You can let them in. They'll do great. They're Western European. They're a Western European culture, so they'd fit right in. They can assimilate into our country. But all these third world immigrants, they can't assimilate. Everybody's talking about, hey man, all these people need to assimilate. Third world, oh God. We still don't have freedom of speech. Otherwise, so I've got to be careful. People that are of the ethnicity that from these third world countries, they don't have the ability to assimilate into Western culture. They just don't. It's not in their wiring. They can't do it. They can say things like, yeah, we're here to assimilate, but they can't. They don't have it's not within their capacity or capabilities. This is one of the reasons why the founding fathers, made sure that Christianity was so ingrained with this culture, this nation, and its founding, because they knew that would automatically eliminate, countries like India, which, are Hindu, or Muslim countries, or any of these other, countries that practice all these heathen type of satanic religions. The founders knew that you couldn't bring in people from these third world nations, these nations like, from Africa and Central Asia and places like this. You can't do it because they can't assimilate. They cannot become American. So we've got a huge problem. The bigger problem than all these Somalis and whoever else, Pakistanis, Afghanis, you name it, all these Muslims, the bigger problem is the people that are living here that are actually American, that are afraid to speak up. I get a lot of messages from people, man, Mark, you need to say this and you need to say that. Well, how about you? Why don't you speak? Oh, Mark, you don't understand, man. I got a business and I can't say the things you're saying. So it's okay for me to get the death threats. It's okay for me to sacrifice my businesses. It's okay for me to lose my customers, put my family in jeopardy, but it's not okay for you. Is that what you're saying? Well, you're a piece of shit. You're a worthless piece of shit. You're garbage. You're the problem. Go ahead, stay neutral. Stay neutral. Because when this war is over, and it's coming, it's already here. The shots have already been fired. We got dead people. We have political leaders that have been assassinated. The war has begun. It has started. And it's going to come to a finish. And once it really gets rolling, it's going to happen pretty quick. We have no guarantees that we'll win. There's a lot of invaders in our country, and there's a lot of communists, Democrats, that, there's a lot of enemy here. There's no guarantees that traditional, real Americans are going to win this war. It's going to be a big battle. It's going to be a lot of loss of life. There's going to be a lot of people are going to lose everything. It's not going to be pretty. But I can tell you this, if we do win, and I pray to God that we do, all you folks that are neutral, all you folks that sat on the sideline when all this, like right now, those of y'all that are sitting on the sideline, you're afraid to post anything on your social media. You're afraid to speak up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, first of all, you need to study some history. You need to study some history. The Revolutionary War, the War of Northern Aggression. Those that refused to pick a side, those who tried to stay on the sidelines, those who tried to remain neutral. When the war was over, those people didn't do so well. Neither did their children, nor their children's children. They didn't do very well. They were outcasts. They were, you need to read some books. People better pick a side. Because if you don't pick a side, then you're already picking one. And I'm telling you, mark my words, and I don't wish ill on you, but that's what's going to happen. Ill's going to come. Pee or get off the pot. Now's the time. And we need to step up and demand. I'm watching these politicians. We're going to write a strong letter to Governor Walz, and we're now demanding that he show up in February to meet before the Senate or the Congress. And these people are laughing at us. You do realize that, right? They're laughing at us. The taxpayers are paying this. The money you're making, look at all the taxes you're paying. Look at all the taxes you're paying. How much, do you know what your taxes are? Every state's different. You have taxes, you have states like California, which are, pay $1.50 a gallon or something like that for gasoline. Then you have other states that are relatively, low. Texas is, our I think we pay 40-something cents a gallon, which is relatively low. It's still a shit ton of money. Do you know how much money you pay on sales tax, gasoline tax, obviously payroll taxes, and to register your vehicle, that's a tax. There are taxes on everything. Your money. That is your money. That's your money. That's not my money. That's not the Somalis' money. That's not the government's money. That is your money. And you're being ripped off. You're being ripped off bad. Really bad. Are you okay with this? Folks, nothing's going to happen until we, the people, get pissed. And I'm saying, guys, until government officials start realizing, not until government officials wake up and go, you know what? I'm not safe. The people have had enough. I don't think I should go to bed tonight in my residence because they could come for me tonight. The people have had enough. Until that happens, folks, nothing's going to change. Our government officials, our elected officials, until they are terrified, until they're resigning, and here's something else too, and this is the legacy of public education. And I was talking to somebody and I was like, until we start seeing people refusing to go in politics because they're fearful for their life, because they know that if they do something wrong, they're not looking at being voted out. They're looking at, bad things happening. Hey, accidents happen. Accidents happen all the time to people. I look forward to an America where people are terrified about, in fact, nobody wants to go into government service. And, I hear people, well, my gosh, you can't have that, Mark, because then what happens to the government? Exactly, you moron. It gets dismantled. Yes, it gets dismantled. We don't need a government that takes trillions of dollars a year to run. That's where the corruption is from. It needs to be shut down. 90% of the government that is operating right now needs to be shut down. 90%. And it ain't going to happen till we, the people, have had enough. We stand up, we grow a pair, and we demand, if our government officials don't listen to us, we're going to take matters into our own hands. We'll deal with you, and we won't be nice. And it's not going to be one of these things where, you're going to testify in front of a group of people. No. It's not going to be anything like that at all. It's going to be in the middle of the night with pitchforks and torches, molten tar, feathers. Yeah, we're going to really hold you to account. So folks, I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're engaged. I hope you're getting pissed. I hope you're getting pissed. And I hope you start expressing it. And we need to start making, and I'm talking to Americans now. That's the only people I do talk to. I don't care about anybody else. I'm talking to Americans, real Americans. Americans that love America, love our Western culture, love Christianity. Mom, apple pie, baseball. America, real Americans. We need to start making life very uncomfortable for foreigners. I'll just be honest with you. Foreigners need to go. They just need to go back to where they came from. And I know if you look hard enough, you'll find foreigners that probably are decent, good people and whatever. And unfortunately, they're going to get caught up in some of this. And you know what? That's life. I'm sorry. I hate to be cold, but we've had enough. And I'm here for Western European culture, because that's what built America. That's who America was founded for, and that's what we need to be. And if you don't like that, you can call me what you want. You can think I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's America only. America first. Period. America only. America first. Americans first. Americans only. Everybody else needs to eat shit and die or get the fuck out. And I mean that. And we need to We the people, all we need is a leader. Man, all we need is a leader. I'm praying General Mike Flynn, he could be the guy. All we need is a leader, then we get organized, and then it begins, and then it's on. Then it's game on. That's the only thing that's missing right now. There are enough true Americans. There's at least 200,000 real Americans out there right now across the country. There's at least 200,000 of us that are pissed and capable. All we need is a leader. That's the only thing we're missing. We get a leader, and buddy, America becomes a Muslim-free zone. It becomes a Hindu-free zone. We will clean this country up so damn quick, it'll make your head spin. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to see. That's what needs to happen. And man, I have a dream. I have a dream. And so anyway, God bless you. And America first. Don't apologize if you believe that. Be vocal. Quit being afraid. Stop being afraid. Let's get this party started. Let's get this thing going. And God help those that get in our way. And stay vigilant, stay armed, protect your family. And God bless. This is Pruitt signing off.